Pandas, 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 pandas. Got bras and Lana to some dopamine and pandas. Welcome to the stream. Glad that you guys are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure you guys fill out that poll. Let me know what kind of day you think it might be today. Also, we just finished a pre-market show. Always have a great time there. Absolutely amazing. And we are just rocking and rolling on those pre-market shows. Sorry for the late start here. This really depends on the pre-market show and how quickly we can get through everything. And so yeah, priority is given to the pre-market show a little bit here, at least to go over all the content. And so Pandas Inc. appreciate your patience. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Make sure you drop a GM in the chat. Also, make sure you scalp that like button if you're just joining. Let's go, baby. Wayne Bickman, good morning. Anthony Ben, Patrick McLaughlin. Good morning, guys. CJ, good morning. Hussein Tinariva, Latrell, good morning. Tyler Malema, good morning. Sweet Onions, good morning. Frank Angela, good morning from Jersey. Iron Cruz, good morning. Michael B, good morning. Turtle Toes, Ted Rajnes, good morning, guys. Iron Cruz is in the middle of a Hurricane Ian, but that ain't stopping me from trading. Let's go, baby. Even if you're being lifted up into the sky, floating in the air, as long as you have a laptop and you have an internet connection, nothing stops us. Northern Turtle, good morning, guys. Joey Mata, good morning. Hele, good morning. UK government QE started. That is scary. How are they gonna start QE? That is scary. That is scary stuff. That is scary. If that's true, that's kind of scary. Anyways, good morning, guys. Northern Turtle woke up in Alberta, Didsbury, Alberta, Canada. Me and ZNB, Isaiah, Marcos, good morning, guys. David B, good morning. Robert Castro, good morning. QE. Quantitative easing. It's the opposite of tightening. That means not sure exactly what happens, but basically I believe they start buying bonds, right? QE, they start buying bonds. Government starts buying bonds. Good morning, guys. Zero Cool, good morning. Welcome, welcome, Pandas. Welcome, welcome. Make sure you guys scalp that like button. Let's get to 50 likes before the market opens. Can we get there? Today, news day? Let me see. It's Wednesday. What do we have? Nothing really a big impact. There is some stuff happening, but nothing of big impact. High impact news, and next time it will be on Friday, and that'll be core PCE price index, and that'll be at 8:30 a.m. and so please just be ready for that 8:30 a.m. That's Friday. What I see news. I use, if you have the trade copier on Apex, they have a plugin that has a news like a news window you can get basically for free. So I just use that. I'm pretty sure they just draw it from a central source. But if you don't have that, then Forex Factory is pretty good. If you just search that, you can find it. I believe it's just forexfactory.com. But I actually like to use that as well if I don't have that. I'm sure there's like some website that's just dedicated to news, but yeah. We got a two-leggy here. Do I like it? I don't know. Something interesting happened yesterday, pandas. Daily chart. We do have... Oh, a measure move was hit on the daily chart. I just realized that from here to here, and from basically getting this exact same... I'm just going to copy and paste it. Copy and paste. Putting it here. We basically hit a measure move of this leg down, and then a pullback, top of the pullback, and it comes all the way back down here. Ooh, measure move hit, and also bottom of the channel. If this channel is accurate, then we're at the bottom of it. The trap does trigger, but this trap is very far from a 20 MA, so this could have a pullback. It could have a strong move back up. I wouldn't be surprised with this market. It's very volatile. It could be very volatile. And, and for any bear market, there can be some pullbacks. It could be a two-leggy. It could also be break of trend to new low. And this might create a reversal, major trend reversal around the 20 MA. That could all these things could be possible, especially if this trap fails, right? This trap does trigger, and if it doesn't really go that far and kind of reverses, this could be nice. Push back up. Market just opened, pandas. By the way, down here, if you're wondering what this is a indicator. It's the same indicator from yesterday that I showed. It's a bar time indicator, and that means that it times every bar, especially if you're using tick charts, which is they don't tell you anything about the time on the tick charts. When you trade tick charts, you're trading the volume, basically the price action of the volume. But you miss a key component on how long the candles take to make. And so sometimes when you see a decrease in how fast, or increase on how fast the bars form, which is basically when this decreases goes down, then it could tell you maybe that the traders are convicted on a certain direction. So I'm just gonna keep it up here. It's the reason why I'm keeping it up is for myself. I want to see if it's useful. There was a time where it was useful, I thought, once or twice, and so I want to keep it on for you guys. It's absolutely for free on the website at www.twoleggedpullback.com. The URL is on the bottom of your screen, also in the description below. If you want any information about any of the indicators on screen, you can go to that website. But this is a free one. There's also a floating tick counter. If you're, if you don't want to look at, the bottom right, if you have the native one, there's a tick counter on the bottom right. If you want a floating one, which keeps the tick counter near the price action, then, that's also available for free on the website. You can check it out. So just a couple tools for you guys, absolutely for free. It's just a free gift. All right, so the idea is what's happening today. A lot of you guys think it might be a bull trend, but pretty close from bull trend to trading range. What kind of day do I think it might be? It might be a bull trend day. I really don't know. It's kind of hard to say, to be honest. 5-minute chart just filled the gap, right? The market closed yesterday here, and it just filled the gap. And see where it goes from here. Could create a double top of some sort. I don't know. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. I need to see a couple bars form on the 5-minute here. I see a trading range currently forming right now. Trading range indicator as well. We do have a trend or channel here that seems like it has a couple hits. We do have a failed breakdown here. And typically you think a failed breakout might happen, or some sort of breakout will happen after this, right, for some market symmetry, but it didn't happen. Unsure what's gonna happen here, so just gonna wait a little bit. Gonna sit on my pause. I want some clear direction. I want let's see, yeah, break a trend. Maybe looking for a new high. Or maybe this attempt here was a new high, double top. Could be reversing, could be on downtrend. It's hard to say. I don't know. I'm not sure if we're in downtrend or uptrend right now. In the media context, looks like a downtrend. Lower highs, lower lows. Big push down. Looks like we're in a downtrend. Maybe the clue was the fact that we couldn't get back to this pivot high. In fact, we just hit the channel, especially when you were expecting actually a failed breakout here, and that it didn't give it to us, and rather it does this. And you can see with every bar here that it's quicker every time with these bars. You can see this is going down, and but the bars are getting bigger and stronger. So it can maybe show some conviction from the bears here. I don't know. These are something like that. I'm making it up as I go, but it just makes sense to me. If you know you're going through that much volume that quickly and it's going down this strongly, it makes sense that there might be some conviction there. You can see as it goes back up, it goes back slower every time. Like it takes longer for every bar to form as it goes back up. I'll keep it close to here so you can see the correlation of these bars. Might get a two-legged pullback here. I may go short. It seems like, I don't know. Okay, I mean with multiple bull bars like this, I don't know if I want to go short anymore. Too many bull bars in a row for me. Strong bull bar ending on its high. I almost want to look for a trap at this point. Could be a break of trend to new low. Could have a reversal set up here to go higher. Previous day's close here on the 2000 tick chart could block us from getting much higher. You know, it's a key area, but you can act both at. Oh wow. Let's just say if you went short there, you're pretty disappointed. I want to take this trap to go long. I kind of do. I kind of don't. You didn't hear me say anything. I kind of don't. I never did. I never wanted to go long there.
10,000 tick
Stupid. Why would anyone want to go long there? Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. All right, I don't know what's happening. I guess we're in downtrend, and I should have gone short here above the 20 MA. I don't know. With a super strong bull bar, it's tricky. I don't know. That's hard for me to go long or short right here. Anytime we're on the opposite side of the EMA, it's hard for me to go that direction. EMA starting to flatten out here a little bit. We might start going to trading range. Very confusing because we have strong move down and equally strong move up. And now we're kind of have a medium size down. I don't know. We might, and the EMA starting to flatten out, so we may start to turn to a trading range. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
10,000 tick trap.
You can see the bars are taking longer to form here. Lower high on the 2000 tick chart, which ends up being a nice first entry. It's a lower high first entry. Some people might have wanted to trade this lower high, thinking the downtrend is strong, looking for a new low, possibly first break of trend here, new low, which may be what's happening here. Hard to say. It's really hard to say. I mean, it looks like almost a trading range, but may have a trap to the downside far away from 20 MA. EMA starting to point downwards. Is a short trade good here, pandas? You know, is this trap good here? Risk is not too large, but the bar is neutral. Trap does trigger. I just feel like this is a trading range, so it's hard for me to go short here. I really feel like this big down and big up makes it hard for me to know the clear direction. This might be easily, it might just come down and make a new low. It could actually do that. I'm just not confident right now. Let's just say that. I mean, it could be a strong downtrend day today, and I might be missing all my entries here. But with this big down and big up, this makes me a little hesitant to just be so sure that this is a downtrend. Second entry short, possibly here. The trap does fail. If you went short here, you just got stopped out. So thoughts and prayers to those who went short there. Fortunately, you got stopped out. And that's why I didn't enter that trade. That's why I didn't go short there. I'm just unsure right now. I'm still unsure. Starting to get even more choppy, more overlapping. And you might say like this might be a good second entry short, clearly underneath the 20 MA, good signal bar. But to me, now these bars are overlapping too much, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overlapping bars. And not even this bar now is overlapping. So it's just hard for me to enter a trade here. If the risk is good, then maybe. But it's starting to look sideways. And it is pointing downwards. I get that. It's going down. But the probability, I feel like, is not high enough for me to really want to take this trade. Oh, let's see. Inside bar created on the 5-minute chart. So we got a kind of decent strong bear bar, but inside bar created on the next candle. And so that means breakout mode. If we break beneath here, we might have a strong downtrend. I'm not sure. It's just too many overlapping bars. I'm sitting on my pause, even though we're clearly underneath the 20 MA. I'm just sitting on my pause here because of how choppy it is, even though it might ultimately go down. The setups, you know, this particular one, if you went short here, you just got stopped out. You know, so it's just like it can stop you out just because it's so choppy. It might eventually end up going down, but you know, hard to even go long here. I'm not gonna go long here either. Strong bull bar ending near its high. Let's see if there's follow through. Remember, on the 5-minute chart, we do have breakout mode. So basically, it's a on a smaller time frame. This is a triangle. If we break above this or this, you know, the extremes, if we break the extremes of this bar, okay, so we break up. So we're technically breaking up here. Strong move up. We might have a strong move up. We might have a bull trend right now. So even though we were pointing downwards, everything was saying we're in a downtrend. You know, for me, when we start to have overlapping bars like this and near the 20 MA, there are many times on stream where it did push down. It would push down strong in these situations. It's not the fact that it can't do that. The fact is that the probability is not high enough for me. It can do that, but it's just the probability is not there. So there's a chance that it might not do it. So that's why I didn't enter any shorts here, because of how overlapping these bars get. And people say like I'm the king of patience and all these. It's because of reasons like this. You know, I'm only patient in those areas because I've been burned so many times. We do have a breakout trend to new high now. Could be possibly a reversal here, but it almost feels like the market wants to go higher. I don't know though. Big push down. So it's just so choppy after hits the previous day's close. Big push down, and on the 5 minutes, a failed breakout currently. Right, did break out of this inside bar, but now it's reversing. It's a failed breakout and might go the other way. And yeah, I'm reloading. I'm gonna take some time to reload here as we're in chop. Pandas, I'll be right back.
10,000 tick trap. 10,000 tick trap.
Sorry about that, pandas. Thanks for your patience. I'm back. I'm back. Wow, I see nothing has really happened other than this is getting really confusing. The 5-minute chart, the breakout actually is successful actually. In the beginning it broke out and kind of retraced, but ultimately does come back up, and you can see on the 5-minute chart there's a trading range indicator that is blocking it. Go to the top of the trading range indicator, and right now it still looks a little choppy to me. Big bear bar, inside bar, big bull bar, no follow through. We need follow through if we're gonna have a bull trend, but there's no follow through currently. This trap fails, right? This trap fails and reverses. This is not a good place for a trap. I mean, it could be. It depends on how you want. Actually, let me see. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. This is really choppy. Hard to say. I mean, maybe overshoot here and could have been a good place for reversal. I don't know. This is a little bit confusing how to chart this right now. Maybe something like this. Hard to say. Maybe breakout, retest of this trend line, possibly. I will say this, I probably will take a failed second entry short here for a new high. If we get a failed second entry short, I will be interested in taking it here. The question is, will the market give me a fail second entry short? Oftentimes it doesn't give it to you, especially if the trend is, if there's strong conviction in the, so yeah, I wanted it here. I would have entered long there, but the market didn't give me my second entry short, so I could enter here with confidence. A, B, C. I was waiting for a fail second entry short here to go long, thinking a new high needs to be created, but instead, no joy on the setup. No joy, no joy. On the 5-minute bar, pretty much a pause bar on the 5-minute bar. About 11 more seconds on this bar. Bounce off the 20 EMA, but we already made our new high. So are you looking for a long trade at this point? It's hard to say. Are we really looking to go long here? Could be a break of trend to new high. And it's just, the push looks strong, so it looks more enticing to go short in this area. And trading range indicator spot on currently. So at this point, we typically will look for a fail second entry long here. Seeing how choppy it has been already. Okay, strong bull bar ending near its high. It's not a place where I look for a long though. I'm not looking for a long at this point. Unless it turns to a spike in channel. There's a big gap here, as you can see, with a double bottom. And this gap could maybe show us that we have strong bullish momentum here. This does end up scalping you out from the bottom of the trading range back to the top of the trading range. And it might convert, this might turn into like some sort of spike in channel. You can see with this gap here that there is some confidence, some conviction from the bulls. What I mean by gap, what I mean by that, what I mean by gap is that there is, from a breakout, from the signal bar, from the breakout, there is a gap. There is price action missing after a retracement. So there is a pullback here, and this pullback doesn't come back down to the signal bar. And so there is a gap here showing the strength of the bulls. Do I want to go long here? I kind of do, but it's ugly signal bar plus outside bar reversal. It looks like, it looks like a bull trend now, pretty much. We have a wedge top here. People scalping that wedge top. Some people are having troubles with rhythmic, it seems like. The question is, do you want to go long or short here? It looks really choppy. It's hard to say. I'll put a pull up for you guys to see what you guys are thinking. If I don't know, then put the blame on the Otis on someone else. And that someone else is you guys. It's the chat. My pandas. If you saw a two-legged pullback here, would you take it to go long? Off the 20 EMA? If you saw a good entry here, would you go long? A good setup? That is only if we don't break this pivot high. Almost. Okay, so we have a setup here. A second entry long off the 20 EMA in an uptrend. It's kind of near the top of this wedge, so not enough room to the top of this pivot. It's annoying. If it's a strong bull trend, then that's easy money, but is this a strong bull trend? That's a question. We're clearly above the 20 MA here. Are we basically at the top of a trading range, or are we just having a nice setup here to go long? It's a doji bar starting to go sideways. Clearly above the 20 MA, so there's definitely bullish, there's some bullish bias here. Get me the new low. Wow. So anyone who went long there, some people front ran it and got burned Thoughts and prayers to those who did that. I almost feel more confident taking this long now. 1, 2, 3. If we get a decent signal bar, I almost want to go long now, but it's hard to say. Terrible signal bar. It's actually bearish. A little bearish. Do I take the trap?
10,000 tick trap.
I would go long here, but there's not enough room to the top of the trading range indicator. I don't want to take the trap either, just because it looks like we're in a bull trend, but trap does trigger, and trap makes a nice move to the downside. I mean, we already had a breaker trend to new high. The fact that I kept making new highs, you know, I mean, I guess the wedge top here ends up giving you a nice scalp. But thoughts and prayers to those who went long there. So 44% of you would have gotten that wrong, unfortunately. 14% of you guys took the trap. So when you're confused, pandas, I hope that helps. You know, if you're just confused, just don't trade. Just don't trade. I skipped that trade because I kind of wanted to go long, but yeah, the trading range indicator is. This is when the trading range indicator is nice, you know, because it tells you that you're in chop right now. So first 5 bars on the 5-minute chart are already developed. So let's figure out what kind of day it might be from these 5 bars. Big down, inside bar, big up. Follow through is weak. Wedge top, but we're clearly above the 20 MA. It's starting to look like it's going up again. From the 5-minute chart, it's hard for me to tell actually what's happening here. It could mean that it might be a trading range day today, which I guess would make sense. I don't know. Very confusing. Definitely overlapping now. Something is changing. Some big move up or down is about to happen. Kirk Reed says, mark this 3668 level like 2 weeks ago. It is relevant. All right. $10,000 tick chart. Any news here? Any more information we can get here? If you can't tell what's happening on the 2,000 tick, I like to go in the higher time frames. Give you a little more information. Okay. Looks like a break of trend. Could be wrong. I mean, we could cheese it and fit that in there, but could use this pivot. I don't know. I can cheese this. I'll cheese it enough just because we got the tops hitting as well. Strong push up, and it's just hard to tell when that was gonna happen. Really hard to tell. 4 pushes down, making an H4 setup. Could be a double top here, right? Wedge to a double top and reversal. That could be quite possible. The only thing is on higher time frames, everything is above the 20 MA right now. 10,000 tick chart. By the way, if you want to know what time frame I'm looking at, you look at the top left of your screen, and you can see if I'm looking at a 10,000 tick chart or a 5-minute chart. Here's a 5-minute chart. So if you're wondering, oh, what chart is he looking at? Just look at the top left. You can see exactly what chart I'm looking at. So every higher time frame is above the 20 MA, but it's choppy. They're all showing chop in my opinion. So for me, I'm just like, I'm not keen on any type of like strong trends on this 2,000 tick chart. I feel like reversals will be plentiful here. Double top is a reversal pattern. Right, wedge top and then retest that top one more time. Does push down and give you a scalp here. That might have been worth taking, but Yeah, it's not my style. That is not my style. Morning, guys. Hey, make sure you guys scalp that like button. It's been kind of wild. Like I typically get around 200 viewers on stream, and the viewership is a little low. I don't really care about that, but it just seems odd that there's such a big difference, like a 25% drop. So pandas, make sure you guys scalp that like button. You know, Turtles, you're right. It's actually Whiskey Wednesday. How could I forget? I feel like 300 is a little too much. I'll put it 250 just to make it somewhat reasonable. It's just not that many viewers right now, so what can you do?
10,000 tick trap.
Quality over quantity, always, always. Look at the 10,000 tick chart. Just look how choppy it is. Absolutely just choppy. Hard to say what was going to happen. Clearly above the 20 MA though. 5-minute chart, also very choppy. All these huge wicks, but we keep going up higher. So always in long probably now. Jeez, it took so long for this to happen, but finally it does happen with no entries whatsoever. I'm thinking, you know, uptrend now, right? We got strong bull bars ending on our high on the... What is this level? I marked this level a long time ago. What's happening here? Okay, we hit it. It was here. Interesting. All right. Strong bull bar ending on its high. You're thinking follow through on a strong bull bar like that? Some sort of follow through. 5-minute chart hits a 240 SMA, which is the 20 SMA on the 1-hour chart. This is why I have it on the chart. And you can see here that we bounced off of it a couple times. We're hitting it again. It might act as resistance. I'm just looking at the 10,000 tick chart, seeing how strong this bull bar is, and no follow through whatsoever. You gotta wait for follow through. You have to have some sort of follow through here. I kind of want to take a two-leggy. Here, pandas. I really wish you can save some sort of templates on these polls. Ooh. Okay, maybe not. I'm gonna ask anyways. All right, never mind. I'm not gonna ask anymore. We're clearly not pushing very much after that. There's no follow through apparently on that. Wow, just what a big move up, big move back down. Just showing you the nature of the character of today's market. It's just big old trading range and big moves up, big moves down. Jeez, what a move. I mean, big bull bar, no follow through. In fact, it's reversal right now. 5-minute as well. Huge move up, but gets stopped at the 240 SMA. Again, that is the 20 SMA on the hourly chart. This is what I have it. Why I have it on the 5-minute chart, because you'll see reactions off of that. People wonder, why do I use a 240 SMA? It's such a random number. Well, it all stems from the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart, the 240 SMA is actually the 20 SMA on the hourly. Might seem random. You might wonder, why don't I just use a 200? Well, I don't know. I don't want to explain it again, but this is exactly why. Do I know what's happening? I have no idea. Do I know which way the market wants to go? I really have no idea right now. I mean, because I have no idea, I feel like trading range. By the way, for those who are just joining, this indicator down here is a bar timer indicator. Since we use tick charts, we trade basically the price action of the volume. It's kind of like an inverse of having a time chart and having a volume chart at the bottom. Here we're trading the volume and have a time chart at the bottom. So the bottom here you just see basically how long it takes for each candle to form. And so if it goes lower and lower and lower while the bars are getting bigger and bigger and bigger, that means a strong conviction here. It's the bars are getting stronger and pointing a certain direction while the time of the candles are forming quicker and quicker. So this could tell you that we have strong conviction going down currently, which means that there might be another leg down here. So and this is available for free for you guys. You guys can download it off the website www.twoleggedpullback.com. Absolutely free. It's a gift. Unfortunately, no entries for us here. We're looking for that second entry short for continuation of the strong move down. Could be a measure move, but we'll see. Measure move will be down here. And a gap here. Cannot forget about this gap. Gap is not yet to be filled. I'm looking for a short trade, but I'm not sure if we're gonna get it set up here. I mean, strong bull bar, trading range indicator, giving us a trading range back here. Comes to the bottom of the trading range, fail break out or break down. Comes back to the top of the trading range, now creating a potential failed second entry long with a massive signal bar, which is untradeable in my opinion. This is a risk, huge risk from a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 point risk here. And it's just too much, too rich for my blood. That's too much bamboo. It's just annoying. The setup, even though I have a bearish bias, I just cannot go short with a signal bar like this. Maybe with a second entry short, I may enter. I may enter short here with a second entry short. It could be a Pikachu trade. A, B, C. Trying to go short here. Let's see if we can get it. I want to set up here, but I need the setup to come to me. I'm not chasing anything. If there's no setup, then I move on and on to the next trade. But I have a clear setup in mind. I'm trying to find a two-legged pullback here. A, B, C. Setup is gone, unfortunately. And super annoying because I cannot take this trade because of how huge the signal bar is. Cannot do it. That's how you prevent yourself from busting your account, from not entering even maybe good trades, but if you can't handle that risk, don't take it. I cannot handle that risk. This is way too much risk for me. For just a scalp, it's not worth it. 4 pushes down. I mean, it looks bearish. Some people will say I look bearish. The gap is still here. We still have a small gap here. It looks bearish to me. Like, I don't want to go long. Okay, gap is filled. Measure move might be hit here. If you look on the higher time frames, this looks like a really big move down, but if you look at the higher time frames, it's just trading range, right? 10,000 tick chart, been in this trading range. Even with the strong move up, trading range indicator says it's not strong enough to consider a breakout. And it comes right back into the bottom of the trading range. The trading range indicator on 10,000 tick chart. Trading range on the 5-minute chart as well. Big move up, but closes beneath the trading range. Top of the trading range comes back down to the bottom range. Strong bear bar. See if there's follow through on the strong bear bar. Still waiting for that. The strong follow through on this bear bar, maybe always in short. It's bonkers. No entries for me entire way down. There's no second entry shorts. I can tell there's no second entry shorts because the indicator, there's no dark green numbers. But also I can just tell by because my eyes have been, you know, basically trained to see second entries at this point. We do have a whiskey challenge, so make sure you guys scalp that like button. Let's get to 250 likes. People wonder, how in the world can we get to 250 likes? We only have 150 some viewers. Well, it's just like Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If you scalp that like button, they will come. If you scalp the like button, the YouTube algorithm starts to say, man, this stream is bussin'. And it will push out this stream out to more and more people. It'll push it out in the recommendation list. Anyone who is interested in, you know, anything to do with finances, stocks, futures, it will push it out to them. And they'll see someone. We'll see someone that, oh, someone's trading live. Let me check it out. Forex Axie says, I'm new to trading. Do you have some tips? Watch my stream. Are they different? I already reloaded my historical, so it's weird if I reload it again. I hate reloading my historical on stream. I reload again, but I don't think it would look different. BG Investor asks, have I tried the NQ? I have tried the NQ, and it is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, if you want 1 point, you can get it easily on NQ. I trade the emini because I'm used to it, and also Al Brooks trades, you know, exclusively the emini. So for me, if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for me. And I might be missing. Maybe I'll be really good on the NAS. Who knows? That could be the case. I may take some time to practice on NAS. I don't know. But if I do trade on NAS, I'll probably start with Sim for a little bit. I'm about to, because this is terrible. No setups here. Alright, just reloaded my historical. You know, it does look a little different actually after reloading historical, so we might get some more setups here. It does look pretty different now. Glad I did it. Don't like doing it, but if it does give me more accurate, you know, price action, then it's worth. We have a break of trend to new low. We didn't quite get the measure move here. Are we gonna get it? Hard to say now that we're clearly above the 20 MA. We may have a reversal here instead with a break of trend to new low. 4 pushes down, creating an H4 setup. This trap may be worth taking. I may take this trap back to the top of the trading range here. And I don't know if I like it though. I really don't know if I like it. To me, because we can have anything here like a trend line that can look like this, that could prevent you from going short here or long. Hard to say. I don't take many trades, so I need to be a premium setup here, and it definitely doesn't look like a premium setup now to go long. Uriel with the letter every time. Dear Panda, do you have 80% discount for Apex? Currently, no, I do not. I do not. Right now, only have 50% off. If you want to know when I get 80% off, I get them. I got one recently. I got a couple recently, and that was due to you know, a special event. But if you know, I would say I would highly recommend. You know, see, I don't like to ask people to hit the bell notification button because I personally do not do that for anybody. But I would recommend to do it for this channel, because sometimes I put out posts out there that could be extremely helpful for you, such as if I randomly will get a, you know, a 80% off code that Apex wants to give, you know, to this channel. You know, that's the best way to find out, you know, through this channel. So I will, if I do get an 80% off, I will put a post up, and you know, if you are subscribed and you know you have that notification bell on, then you'll know. So you know, it's for you guys, you know. But for me, like, if I was following, you know, a channel and you know there's a potential of that, I would follow them with the bell notification, because if there is like an 80% off code, usually they don't last very long, so you want to know. Forex Axie really has no idea about anything about trading. It feels like very green. So right now, this is futures trading. So let me just go over what we're doing here. I'm Buy Money. Welcome to my channel. Hey, we trade futures here every single day. We trade the E-mini. We trade only one single instrument, the E-mini, every single day. We trade only one single setup, and it is called the two-legged pullback. If you don't know anything about futures, the future market is a derivative market of the S&P cash market, and it's highly leveraged. And so every point, if you look closely at my chart, you see these grids. Every grid is a point here, and every point for one contract is $50. If you go and you make 1 point, you gain $50. If you lose 1 point, you lose $50. And so that means it's highly leveraged. That means every trade every contract contains 50 S&P shares, and so that's highly leveraged. You know, so there's margin requirements. The margin requirements on NinjaTrade are very low. I think one of the best. And so, with as little as $500, I do not recommend to trade with $500, but as little as $500, because you need $500 margin, you can, you know, trade one E-mini. But you know, the moment that trade goes against you, of course, you know, it's not good. You'll get stopped out. You need to have more than, in my opinion, for every one contract of E-mini. The safest, you know, from what I've read and what I've seen, is for every one emini, you should have $10,000 in your account. And so I personally think $5,000 is good, but because of the math, to every one emini is 10,000. The reason being they use that number is because people say you should only risk 1 to 2% of your capital for every trade. And so if you're risking about $200, which is about 4 points on the emini, which is about the size of a signal bar, of these bars on the emini, you'll lose typically maybe around $150 to $200. And so if you have for every emini you have $10,000, that means that with $200 loss, you lose about 2% of your account. So that's how they make up that number. It makes sense to me. So for me, that's the safest way. But if you want to be a little more aggressive, you can obviously risk 4 to 5% on every trade, which is about $5,000. $5,000 account. We trade with NinjaTrader because it's kind of like an exclusive platform for futures, and it makes things very easy. Everything's graphical. You can put trades on the screen, like on the chart itself. Like I can set up an order here, and I could drag it around, and it's kind of feels gamified. And so for me, growing up playing video games, this makes it very easy, and also a graphical interface just makes things easier as well. Potential reversal here, big push up, break a trend to new low. And second entry short. It's a little far in 20 minutes, also hitting the top of the trading range on the trading range indicator. It could easily push up here, but hard to do just because we're at this resistance area. But maybe a triple top here. And if you enter that long here, you're sweating at this point. You're sweating. You just got stopped out if you went long there. This is why I don't go long when the setup is not good. And so obviously I recommend to use Apex, but if you're just starting, I would definitely start with sim trading. And if you can prove yourself through sim trading, I would highly recommend to use Apex. I will highly recommend to use Apex. It's a prop firm, and so if you guys don't know, I trade 100% risk-free on this channel. And I do that through Apex. All the money I'm trading here, it's not my money. I'm trading prop firm's money, and so I can lose all of this, and I can just create a new account. Like, it's just that easy. But also, I'm pulling out money on these accounts. So, it's a win-win in my opinion. Especially how cheap Apex is with the 50% off code. Even cheaper if there's ever 80%. They're a little more rare, but even cheaper. Thomas Master asks, is the discount good for if you got like an 80%? If you use the 80% code off, 80% off code, then it's only good for that first month, and 50% off any recurring months. If you're using the 50% off code, it's just 50% for the lifetime. Typically, you can pass these evals. Depends on how you trade it. Everyone's different. Everyone's temperaments are different. Everyone's styles are different. Everyone's goals are different. So, typically, if you trade aggressively, you can pass the eval. Well within 1 month. Usually, typically in those 10 days, first 10 days, but. If it takes you longer, it's no judgment. It's nothing like you're a bad trader or anything. It probably means that you're actually trading smart and trying to actually learn through the eval. But for me, I've been trading for about 2.5 years now, and it's for me, the evals are really just for me to get funded. I'm just trying to get funded as quick as possible. We're having a strong move up here, and it's just wild because it's hard to enter long here. If you went long here, you actually got stopped out right there, and it went up again, and now it's going up. So people may convert to always in long soon. That could be the case. I mean, 10,000 tick chart. We're back above 20 minute, hitting back to the top. We missed the bottom of the trading range, and so This could indicate that we may actually break out here. 5-minute chart, strong bull bar ending on its high. It looks like 50 more seconds, kind of coming back to this resistance area, and you know, very weird. You know, it's hard to say what's gonna happen here, to be honest. Gabriel asks, why did I get into trading? Well, Lambos, obviously. I'm just kidding. Why did I get into trading? Well, for me, you know, for me, when it comes to trading, I just love the technical aspect. I love the probabilities. I love the math. I love, you know, and that might sound dorky, but you know, that's what drew me in. And it's you know, it's like, obviously you have things like you can do it anywhere you want. You can be your own boss. You can make more money you've ever made in your entire life just through trading, you know, through any other profession. By the way, strong bull bar ending on its high on the 10K chart. Strong bull bar ending on its high on the 5-minute chart. And so we're expecting follow through here. Let's see if we get it this time. I feel like we might get it, but you know, we're at the resistance. But I do feel like we'll get follow through on this bar, because it's a second attempt, basically, right? You know, it tried here, it failed, and we're right back up to here. So it's like, it feels like the market wants to try again, and this time break out. Let's see here. I mean, it could be a double top as well. I mean, anything can happen, but for me, it's the duration. It's just, it was just a few bars later. Now we're back up here, and I feel like they want to come and break out. Let's see. Second entry long, possibly here. I'm gonna try to go long here if we get a second entry long. It's been too long. It's our first setup in a while that I feel like could be decent. It's at a good place as well. Right, we're in an uptrend. We're broke out of this trading range. We are near the 20 EMA. I need a good signal bar though. I cannot trade on this signal bar. So I'm going second entry long here. Did not copy my trades. I'm pretty set on doing this if we get a decent signal bar. If the signal bar is terrible, I'm not going to take it. If the signal bar is decent, as in I want the signal bar to be like 50% higher, above the 50% mark of the range. I would like to be a little closer to the 20 EMA as well. I need enough room to the top of these pivots to make my scalp. If it triggers like this, it would be very hard for me to enter this trade. Very hard. Strong, good signal bar, but just not enough room to the top of this pivot. And also, there's some room back to the 20 EMA here still. Makes it a little difficult to enter long here. I do want to. I am eager to enter long here on this uptrend. I just don't know if this is it. I don't know. This could come and stop me out, and I could be punished for not waiting to hit the 20 EMA. I might be too eager here. I do want to go long though. I am looking for a long trade. It does look like the long is successful. It's just that little bit, the fact that we couldn't even get back to 20 EMA made me want to wait a little bit longer, just because I felt like it might trap out to get to the 20 EMA and finally come back up. And the reason why I wait is because I've been burned so many times on situations like this, plus barely enough room to the top of this pivot. I was eager, you know, my premise was right. The setup for me was just not there yet, just not there, but I was really eager to go long there. Hopefully some of you guys took that, but for me, it was not good enough. And that patience, it will pay off in the long run. It's just unfortunate that the setup just got, I wish it was a little closer, you know, give me a little more room to the back to the top of the trading range to help me scalp out. It's barely enough room there, unfortunately. So I didn't miss that trade. Yeah, I don't blame you if you took it. I'm just explaining why I didn't take it, and you know, one or two things that stopped me was the fact that we didn't hit the 20 EMA. You know, we're not actually on the 20 EMA here. You know, maybe I missed this channel. Maybe I should have drawn out this channel. Maybe I've been a little more inclined to have taken it if I had this channel drawn, and I just didn't have it drawn at the time. You know, that could have made me want to enter it, but the fact that it didn't hit the 20 EMA and plus not enough room back to the top of the pivot here made me not enter. But I felt like it was very bullish. I felt like I was needing to get into long sometime, and I was right on all accounts. It's just that those two things, not coming 20 EMA and also not hitting this. The reason why, because pandas, let me tell you how many times this has happened. It comes like this, two-legged pullback, it will trigger and it pop down, maybe in the same bar, and within the same bar come back up. Like, it will do that so many times. That has happened to me many times. And so you might say, maybe I'm a little too stingy, a little too conservative, but the reason being is because of that reason. Maybe if I was already expecting to do a wide stop and ready to just, scale in and say, as long as we don't get like 2 points underneath the 20 MA, I'm still good in this trade, then yeah, it's just what can I say? We do have a trap here. I feel like this is very bullish, and I feel like might be always in long on the higher time frames, to be honest. I almost want to go long here. I really almost want to just go long here. Any reason to go long, I want to take it. Strong bull bar ending on its high on the 10,000 tick chart. Most likely continue to follow through on the 10,000 tick. I want to take this long almost, but I was patient here, so I'm gonna be patient here as well. I hope my patience doesn't lead to impatience in the future. So even though this is, I really want to go long, it does scalp out again. I really do want to go long there. I'm just gonna be patient because I waited, for a good setup here. No reason not to wait for a good setup here, and it does scalp out. But I'm not mad about missing that. In pandas, the reason why this is so important is because the idea is this: what we scale up is the amount of contracts we want to trade. If we can prove our probability to be about 80 to 90%, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you miss trades. It just matters on the trades that you do take, you win. I don't care if I miss trades. I really don't. But the trades I do enter, I got to make sure I win. And the reason being is because if in the future, the idea is I trade only one contract. But if you can get to 80 to 90% probability, then you can trade 20 contracts. It wouldn't really matter because your probability is so high that that whatever contracts you use, it will, it'll work out. Now it feels like might be too late in trend, even if we get a second entry long now. I still think we're in an uptrend here, and I do want to enter long sometime, but let's see. Yeah, by the way, if you guys are wondering like if I'm profitable or have these kind of questions that are more personal, that is for the pandas. I have set it up so the pandas can see that. There are a lot of YouTubers out there that don't ever even show you anything. Even if you become a member, the perk is, there's no perk to even have a chance to see, the more personal financial information when it comes to trading. But if you're a panda, you can see all my accounts. You can see all my balances. You can see I have an account that I use with Apex, a funded account with Apex, that I only trade during stream. And if you're wondering if it's profitable, you could become a panda and see that account balance and see how well I'm doing on that account. And it's basically an account I only use on stream. And a lot of times people think, oh yeah, panda only loses and blah blah blah. But the numbers, as Hans Niemann will say, the numbers will speak for themselves. I don't know if you guys are following. I don't know if you guys are following this chess drama, but I am loving it. You guys probably, I don't know if you guys play chess or are interested in chess. I mean, you don't even have to be interested in chess to be interested in what's happening. But right now, it's like the chess world is just shambles. Some will say Magnus Carlsen is playing chess in real life at this point. He got tired of playing over the board, and he wants to play chess in real life now. If you want to become a member, yeah, just hit that join button in the channel. Also, there's a link in the description. The difference between Panda, Super Pandas, they get access to the two-legged pullback Discord, where we continue to talk about trades and setups off stream, and also have a community there as well. You build a community, tight community there. Now it's getting very choppy. Only way I will enter this trade is if we get a failed breakdown, and I want to enter with a failed breakdown, come back into the trading range. This is a trading range here, so if we get a failed breakdown here, I'll enter long. It's hard for me to go long here because basically you're banking on a breakout at this point, and I don't trade breakouts. 20 EMA is rising, so you know it doesn't hurt, I guess, to go long and scale in here, thinking any pullback at this point will be small, and you're thinking no matter what, you probably could at least come out break even, no matter how this moves. But for me, I want the high probability setup. I want to have this to break beneath here, and I want to enter back into the trading range. That's my setup. That's what I'm looking for. The difference between Panda and Super Panda is Pandas, they get access to the pre-market show. Super Pandas get access to everything Pandas have access to, but they also get access to the two-legged pullback Discord group. And I had to make it a subscription because, you know, there are people who access the two-legged pullback Discord, and they paid. Another way you can get access to two-legged pullback Discord is if you purchase the two-legged pullback Deluxe. And so if you purchase a two-legged pullback Deluxe, you also get access to the two-legged pullback Discord, and that's lifetime. That's a one-time payment. I almost want to go long here on this trap, but it's getting so choppy. It's clearly above the 20 MA, but I feel like this, if we break above here and trigger this Pikachu, it'll be a nice push up, and yeah, clearly above the 20 MA. But it is getting sideways at this point, and it's hard to say, but I would say most likely this will have another push up. But I mean, look how many bars we were going sideways at this point. So you just have to think about that. But very high chance we get a nice push up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16, 17 candles going sideways at this point. If you count these candles as well. So many hits here. For me, I will think any pullback small. So if we actually try to do like a breakdown here, I think it's gonna be a failed breakdown, and I want to enter long. Or I may want to go long here. I'm tempted to go long here, very tempted. Right, bouncing off the 20 EMA, just looks so bullish right now, and I'm tempted to go long. Very tempted to go long anywhere here. This just looks like it wants to explode to the upside, to be honest. It is a second entry long as well. And I could go long here, but for me the main thing was it's just got too choppy. And obviously, I mean, it makes the point, and I was right that it was going to burst upwards. And look at it, it's just a 20 EMA, it was impossible to break below. In fact, every time it got even near it kept bouncing off of it. So the chances were high that this would break higher. You know, you had high chances, and so, you know, but for me, I'm not looking for breakouts. I'm not trying to trade breakouts out of congestion. That's not what I'm trying to do, and I'm trying to be good here, where, you know, this congestion could have brought it back down, and I would have no excuse. If I had lost that trade, I would really have no excuse because I saw the congestion a mile away. Here, I would say I would trade this more like a swing trade if I were to trade it. You know, take the swing, take a nice one-to-one risk reward. Right, one-to-one risk rewards, which a lot of people took already. And you know, how do I figure out the one-to-one risk reward? I just draw a line, and this midpoint here, you see this little dot, it's the midpoint, and I just put it where I would enter it in the trade, and now I know. Yeah, so I had a strong feeling it was going to go up, but Joey Armada becoming a panda. Appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Enjoy your two-legged pullback badges and forums over time. Enjoy your panda emoticons. Enjoy access to the pre-market show that starts at 9 o'clock every single day. And for those who never entered the pre-market show and you're like wondering what pre-market show he's talking about, it's another stream. I have 2 streams running simultaneously, and one of them is a pre-market show and one of them is a main stream. And so if you're wondering, I've never seen the pre-market show, but I'm in Panda. you want to check it out, go to the actual channel itself and look at under the members tab, and there you'll see the videos. Pandas, give Joey a nice warm welcome here. Nice warm panda welcome. Trading range, right? This chop ends up being a failed breakout and comes back into the chop here. That's how strong this chop was. Even the breakout, it pulled it back in. I might end up flat today. I just feel like now it's getting too congested. And any entry here, this entry here, you know, I would say is probably one of the better setups. This one here, good for a swing, at least a 1-to-1 risk reward. But it got really congested. I just, you know, I've been burned too many times here from things like that. For me, I think the longer I trade, the more keen on I am on congestion. Congestion is typically the #1 thing that will kill you in trading, and so it is imperative that you learn to identify congestion, and not only that, build the psychology, you know, for yourself to, no matter what, stay away from it.
10,000.
Even if you think it's gonna break out like this, you know, for me, just stay away from it. I see congestion, just stay away. The moment I sense that the market started to enter limit orders only, right? When we have big overlapping bars like this, big overlapping bar like this, big overlapping bars, just know that we're starting to enter into a danger zone. And the quicker you can realize that, you know, I feel like the better you're realizing that, the better you will be at making money. That is probably #1 downfall for most traders. They trade too much in congestion, and they double up in congestion. They scale in congestion, and they reverse trades in congestion, and those are all terrible things to do in congestion. So it's not worth it, right? The risk reward in choppiness is not worth it in congestion. The probability, risk reward, all those three factors, what makes every trade and makes you profitable. The math on it is just it's just terrible when it comes to congestion. So the moment you start to see some overlapping bars like this, you just have to beware. Even though you see a strong move up or down, just know that every time it starts to get congested, it's risk. There's risk there. This is probably the trade I regret most not taking today. Probably the best setup I think all day, to be honest. Yeah, for me, I was being lazy. I didn't draw this trend line. If I drew this trend line, I would probably be more enticed, because I would say it might not hit the 20 MA, but we do have this trend line now, and that could be a key area for us. This is a nice trap, maybe. This could be a good trap to go up higher, making a new high. Ayub Laxar says there's a good fail second entry long. I'm not sure which one you're referring to. If you give me a timestamp, I can maybe look for it, but I'm not sure which fail second entry long you're talking about. Tina Revo says, just a question, when we can confirm that it is downtrend, the actual trend? How can you confirm if a trend is actual trend or not? That is $1 million question. And so every trend has a potential to be a pullback. Typically, when you don't have any resistances, let's just say, for instance, for a bull trend, if you don't have any resistances above, you have a good chance for a nice, strong bull trend. If you do see resistance above, then you have a probability that that will turn to a trading range. It might be a bull leg in a trading range. And so oftentimes you'll see me not take trades on strong bull moves like this, because if I look to the left, I'll see like perhaps we have a strong pivot here, and I'm like, okay, I know that we are in a strong bull trend right now, but I also see this pivot here, and I see this could be a possible resistance, and everything's a probability, and you really just don't know anything 100%. So how do you know for sure? I would say, the simple answer is price action. I think a lot of things that do help are higher time frames also. If you look at the 10,000 tick chart, and just see how strong these bull bars are on the 10,000 tick. Always in long, basically, price action, 5 minute as well. Always in long. Basically, after this strong bull bar and this pause bar, this was always in long. Follow through, always in long. So people, even along here, they're buying with limit orders. We could not even break a previous candle's low. So we know that people are always in long here on the 5 minute. So things like that can help you decide on the smaller time frame, am I looking for a long setup or am I looking for a reversal setup? And it's just a lot of factors you have to consider. Yep. So for every bull case, there's a bear case, right? For every buyer, there's a seller. So and every movement of the chart is done by institutions. So that means institutions are fighting each other. So that means that if there's an institution that will actually sell, and to another institution, that means they believe that this can go down in their whatever they have, whatever strategy they have. It fits inside their whatever their algorithms and their risk reward. That it's worth going short here, and so there's always a bull case, bear case. However, as always in long means no lower lows. That's not necessarily true. Always in long for 5 minute could mean a lot of things, but typically on the 5 minute chart, yeah, when you start to see like maybe price action starts to look like this, some traders may start to be hesitant to go always in long because they're sensing now that there is some two-sided trading. And so if you're in a 5 minute, you basically would probably buy above this bar, and you just hold it and keep buying and buy again here and buy again here, and then you see this congestion, and you say, okay, I don't like this anymore. I don't know if we're always in long. And you just come out break even once it comes back up to your buy here. So that's what a lot of traders did. But the only problem with the always in long is that if you're buying above here, where's your risk, right? Are you going to sell down here, which is like more than 10 points? That's the hard part about always in long trades. You usually usually have pretty big risk, like unusually big risk. Like I almost had to trade micros if I'm going to do that. Just wedge top here. Am I looking for a long trade, pandas? Let me pull a pull up for you guys. Are you guys looking for a long trade or a short trade? For me, I'm just sitting on my pause. I feel like it's really is bullish, but what can I say? A, B, C. One, two, three. ABC, second entry long, coming after L4 setup. Could be a reversal here off a wedge above the 20 MA. So this is a hard long for me to go. I mean, the signal bar is not the best, but we're in the uptrend and it might be foolish. Maybe I should just take every single second entry long here at this point. Like, we're obviously, strong bull trend. Just take every single second entry long. This could work out. Still in Trap City. It looks like it's going to work out, though. If this works out, I mean, I just want to see this setup here. I mean, strong bull bar ending near its high. Most likely will work out. It does end up working out with the second entry long. To like a pullback. To me, with a wedge, with a L4 setup, it's just things like that happen on a strong bull trend that prevents me from entering these, you just scalp out and actually close reverses on you. So, tough one to take in my opinion, but it is what it is. Pandas.
10,000 tick trap.
I know I'm flat today, but it doesn't matter. Because I didn't lose money. And not losing money is better than getting risky trades. Potentially lose money. So, Pandas, I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow. 9 o'clock for the pre-market show. 9:15 for the mainstream. And I'll see you guys then. So, as always, happy trading. God bless. Bye.